Well, it's obviously the best thing that could ever happen to esports. When I saw the news, I didn't even know what to say because it's so huge.
Yeah, I
I
got
never,
the geek chills real bad.
yeah, I never imagined things to happen that fast. And of course, it's going to be very interesting who is actually going to make the step to go to Korea to compete there. But I think right now things are still very unclear, and probably we might see players there, but I'm not from Europe or the US, but I'm not completely sure when or how.
Well, of course, the details are all the community sites for everyone to read. But as far as I understood it, in brief strokes, there will be online playoffs held on the different servers, in which you join. You register officially for the tournament, and I think it's open for anyone that's in a certain minimum league. I don't know if it's if you need to be diamond to start, and you simply play through and you advance. And if you're good enough, you get to compete in further selection playoffs, and eventually you will be invited to go to Korea and compete live on broadcast television. And I believe that the good old Nick Taser's plot will be hosting that event as before. And essentially, it's an ongoing thing throughout the year with regional playoffs taking place, and eventually people end up in Korea.
Really, the last thing I was reading is that even the preliminaries are going to be offline in Korea, so that's quite a problem for many people.
Oh, I guess I should have reread that more carefully before the interview. I'll definitely look into it and add a complimentary banner or something. But assuming that the infrastructure can be worked out, do you have any personal hopes of making your name there, going there at the earliest convenience, being a pro gamer, I mean?
Really, I think that's a question everybody who is seriously playing Starcraft through would answer with the same response.
Of course, of course. That is a given, of course. But we'll just have to see what happens. I think it is fair enough to see that there will be some initial problems organizing this huge an event, but the will is there and the money seem to be there, and considering all the excitement and ambition that people hold, Blizzard, GomTV, and the international community should be able to work something out. It's very, very exciting indeed. However, closer to home and strictly online, we've already talked about Gamescom and the Intel Extreme Masters, but there's also the return of probably the most popular when it comes to viewership and fans event during the beta, the HDH Invitational by Husky Starcraft and HD Starcraft is returning very soon. They will do the official announcements within the next couple of days, I heard today, but it's not a secret that HGH2 is coming at us fast, and you can confirm that you'll be taking part in that. Isn't that the case?
I will definitely be there. I think, yeah, there's really nothing stopping me from playing there. And it's amazing if you look at the sheer density of big events that are coming at us with such an incredible speed right now. It's as a player, I don't even know how to actually manage to play in everything yet. I think it's possible, but it looks pretty stressful.
I imagine so. It's a tough life being a pro gamer.
Yeah, but I wouldn't change it with anything else, I think.
Of course, of course. But particularly the HDH, I believe, is very close to many's hearts. I mean, fans and viewers, not to mention players, because there were many big events during the beta, many of them with prize pools and the highest elite of players. But I think the sheer humor and community spirit that revolved around the initial HDH Invitational was quite amazing and quite extraordinary. And I think your nerd fame, so to speak, truly came into force during that event, because there were so many viewers, and many casual as well, not just the hardcore old crew, but many new people came into the scene thanks to that. And of course, big shout out to HD and Husky for facilitating it. It was a really cool event, and I suppose you'll be trying to do as good and better as last time.
Yeah, sure. It would be nice if I would not have to settle with the fourth place this time, but it's going to be very tough. And I can't stress enough how grateful we players have to be to everybody who is organizing incredible events like HDH and really everything that is going on right now.
Yeah, it's quite amazing how the different assets and people in the community are coming together to do this. Of course, it's not just out of goodwill and free-spiritedness. Nowadays you can actually make a living from it as a pro gamer such as yourself, but also as a broadcaster such as Husky in HD. And I think that's amazing, because this sport and this entertainment form can only benefit from people being able to do it professionally. And the HDH Invitational is promised to be bigger and better and more awesome, and I have no doubt that will come true. And we will be looking forward to see you face Idra and Whiteraw and Noni and all the rest once again.
Oh, please not Whiteraw again. I'm already in a group on the Gamescom in the Interwebz Masters with him again. He's just following me.
And you will be fighting him in person, won't you? At both events, maybe? I know he's going to Gamescom.
Yeah, I will definitely meet him there.
Well, he's a very formidable Ukrainian, I have heard, and hopefully he'll be on the show with a translator at some point in the future. We're trying to set that up, I can reveal as much. But he's, of course, the Grandpa Toss, we call him, and is a true veteran. Has been playing Brood War for ages, and is indeed a formidable foe. We will be looking forward to see how you fare, TLO, against this fearsome Protoss.
Yeah, maybe this time I can take my nemesis down. That would be pretty nice.
Yes, I think you have many cheering fans that like to see that happen for sure. But speaking of fans and nerd fame, have you noticed much in terms of that happening to you now this last couple of months, and now you went to your first live event? Were there screaming hordes of teenage girls wanting you to autograph their t-shirts or whatnot, or was it just very casual?
Well, I don't think we are at that point yet, and which is not that bad, because it seems to be very exhausting. But I've met some people, and I signed some autographs, just a couple. But that was really cool to meet actually people who were looking up to me. I don't know. I don't want to do too much of self-display here, but it's a nice thing, and I really enjoyed it.
I'm sure it is. It's genuine appreciation for sure, and I guess you just have to get used to the geek rockstar lifestyle. Good luck with that. I'm sure it can't hurt too much. But moving on to another issue, and it's something I'd like to bring up with every guest on the show, because Starcraft 2 is, for many people, it's the New Testament that will bring esports and competitive gaming into a whole new gear, and making it bigger and more loved by many than any other previous title. Competitive gaming has been alive for a long time now, but it's still on the periphery of the mainstream circles and entertainment, and there's still an obstacle between the big masses and the gamers who play. And I personally would like to see it become a more household form of entertainment and more widely available. And Brood War, for example, in my view, was the most competitive and strategy title ever made. It was incredibly difficult to master, but also very difficult to get into as a newcomer. both as a player and a spectator, you had to really devote yourself. StarCraft 2 was built to be more inclusive, I would say, as a game and as a larger vehicle with BattleNet 2.0 and everything. And basically what I'd like to ask you, as a game, is it strong enough, is it deep enough to be a lasting title? Or has it been sort of diluted by the compromises made to appeal to the larger masses? There have been controversies such as the multiple building selection aspect and auto mining and other issues that upset long-time StarCraft players. They think it makes it too easy. Basically, is it too easy or is it hard enough? Can it last as a competitor?